Question everything, for the truth is not to be televised, and that's for sure. So with that, questioning things. Questioning things is most important, because to question something is to know something, to want to know something, to open the mind to something you may not know. And in turn, what do? You ask the question. So these are the things that we know can really understand what we don't know, is the question. To know what we really don't know and to understand is to ask the question. So in that, you always got to question everything, because nobody really knows 100% what's going on. Or do they? That is the reality to what we stand. We know that the elite like to control the narrative and manipulate the people with the information. So standing here today, how do we really know what really has went on in the history books when Napoleon Bonaparte and many others say history is just a bunch of lies agreed upon? But who agreed upon on them? Who actually said that these are what the information we're going to put out with this type of books out, with this type of information that we all going to agree upon, regardless if it is truth or not? Who actually did that? Well, we would have to look at the elite. Just like they talk about the Smithsonian, we talk about the Vatican, we talk about all these people that can manipulate the information of history by manipulating the artifacts and how we see them on the approach of how we get them or not. That's just that truth. Some people say a lot of things about the Vatican, say a lot of things about the Smithsonian, but do we really know what's really going on? Well, that's why we ask the question. Because to ask the question is to want to know. And we want to know, all of us. We want to know what really happened. What's really going on? Why were the Aboriginal Negroes of America stopped from reading for 200 years? What was the real purpose behind that? What was being changed? What was being hid? What was being taken from them? What was really going on? It's the same thing with everything else. Some people say, well, where did the recessive gene come from? Where did the colonizers really come from? What is the real reality behind that? These are different things. Are there really aliens? Are there demons? What is really happening with the world? These are things that you got to ask. We don't know. We think we know. So we hold truth to the scholars of what we have read and what we have studied for ourselves to come into what we think is the correct information. But once again, none of us was all here. We're just getting here. Earth is older than all of us. So we're looking around and digging through all sorts of letters and information and books and writings and scrolls and so on to try to figure out what was really going on and what is our purpose. Why are we here? What is the spirit having a human experience really about? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to be like? Do we supposed to take care of the earth, the nature, and the trees, and the ecosystem? Or do we supposed to deconstruct it with what we call construction and wipe out half of it and wipe out half of it over here to make our own reality? What is the real purpose of what we're doing right now? Is it helping humanity? Or is it leading humanity into a more destructive manner? These are all questions that we are looking for the answer for. Why there's no real cures on Earth? Why is all these diseases? Why every time we try to stop one disease, that disease mutate into many other diseases, but we never ever get a cure? But yet still we can make robots and make them look like us, talk like us, jump like us, dance like us, and do all these things, but we can't save the body of the human. Is there an agenda? What is really happening? These are real questions that we all have on our mind. What is spirituality like? What is religion like? Is there a God? Is there not a God? Do we supposed to pray or shouldn't we pray? These are all different things. Are you going to go to heaven or are you going to hell? These are questions that people really want to know. Why? Because it's a part of our reality, so we must ask the question. Should I balance my chakras? Should I eat right? What is a vegetarian? What is a pescatarian? What is just being a meat lover? What is really going on? Is there a flat earth or is there a round earth? Is there an oval earth or is we in our earth? What are we really doing here? These are all questions that humans have on their head and on their minds, and we think about them all the time. Am I going to be able to pay the bills today, or do I got to pay the mortgage today? and pay the gas bill tomorrow? Or how do it work? The car note is here, but at the same time, the child needs sneakers. What should I do? Questions, 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 questions. Questions are everywhere. Why? Because there's a lot of things that's going on that we're still trying to figure out, that we need to know, that we must ask the question on where to go. Should I vote for Joe Biden? Should I vote for Trump? Which one would be better for me? What is the thought on that? Questions, questions, questions. So don't never ever be afraid to ask the question. If you're sitting in school and you don't know something, then ask the question. Because if you don't ask the question, you'll never ever know. And don't never ever feel like asking the question make you feel lesser than anybody else that may know. Because once you don't know and then you do know, guess what? That hurdle is overturned. You jumped it. And now more questions will come. And more learning will be there. So open up. Think about it. Come outside your box and ask the question. Because if you ask the question, you might just be the one that changed the answer that we all had that might have been wrong because you asked the question. And guess what? Things change. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.